Hello and welcome to a cozy fall in New England vlog. So I've got a couple of things that I am hoping to do in the next few days, and I thought it would be fun to bring you along with me. We're gonna be doing some art, some bookish things, some baking, and some quilting. So the first thing I need to get done is I need to run to the bookstore because I might have ordered a few cozy fall reads. Whoopsie. So we've got to go pick those up. And then I need to do an overhaul of my TBR cart. It is kind of a mess right now. And it's really only half full. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna build my fall TBR. And then, probably not today, I want to do some baking. I've got a really good pumpkin chocolate chip cookie recipe that I love to bake in the fall. So I'm gonna do that. Then we have the Halloween quilt I need to work on. That's another project that really needs to have some attention paid to it. And then I'm really in the mood to do like a cozy fall painting, but I don't know what I want to do. So I'm gonna have to look around for some inspiration or reference images. So we're gonna do a cozy painting of some kind. I'm not sure what it is yet. But first things first, let's make a coffee. Then we'll head to the bookstore to pick up our order. So I picked up the 3 books that I had ordered from my local bookshop. The first one is The Dead in the Dark, and I have not read this, but it has been on a lot of fall lists, so I'm excited to hopefully squeeze this one in. Then I picked up The Lighthouse Witches, and this one I have read before, and it's one of those that I loved so much, I had to have a physical copy. So I'll probably talk more about this when I do a fall or Halloween recommendation video. Then the last one is All That Consumes Us. And I don't remember much about this book, but I know I bought it because my library didn't have it. So when I'm building my TBR, usually what I will do is I will go through all of the fall lists, all of my favorite booktubers' fall recommendations, and then I will see what my library has. And if they don't have something that I'm really interested in, then I will buy the book. So that's kind of what both the 2 that I haven't read are. And then I have some library holds that will hopefully come in sometime during the next couple of months. And those will get added to the TBR cart. But that's the mission right now, is to overhaul the TBR cart because it's kind of just books left over from summer and then some new books that I have gotten along the way, and a lot of things I haven't read. So let's get these back onto shelves, except for the library books that are up here. And then we can start fresh and fill up the TBR cart. Then we'll talk about my fall TBR. So I think you can see the majority of the cart, but this is the fall, we're not gonna realistically read all of these books cart. This is the fall options TBR cart. So because I'm putting this in a vlog where there's other stuff, I'm not gonna go through every book because that would take a long time, but I'll just kind of give you a couple examples of what's on here and like how I have things grouped because it's not nonsensical to most people probably. But up here at the top, I have my library books because I don't want them to get lost and wander off. I want them to have a dedicated space, and that is always the top shelf of the TBR cart. Then the rest of this is a little bit of horror-ish. I don't do a lot of horror books, but there are a couple that I've been interested in, Bunny and the Hacienda, then some like darker magical fiction. Then most of the second shelf is witchy. That's my favorite category. So I have some nonfiction witchy books, like Witchcraft. It's a tale of the trials in 13 stories, I think is the full title, but it's about the witch trials. Then Season with the Witch, which is all about like the history of Salem, Massachusetts, and being in New England. That's something I'm definitely interested in. Then the other books I have are The Near Witch. I've got Small Town Big Magic and The Year of the Witching. Then I have a couple graphic novels over here. Some are witchy, like The Coven, and some are just, I've been meaning to get to them and they kind of have a fall vibe, like The Moth Keeper. Then this bottom shelf is kind of books that give me a fall vibe but might not necessarily be fall books, something like that. So on this shelf I do have Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. I've always wanted to read that one, so that one's very clearly a fall book. London Seance Society, Dead in the Dark. Then I have Warrior Girl Undefined. It's by the author of Firekeeper's Daughter, which I absolutely loved. And the cover of this, so the cover of this has like fall leaves all over it. I have no idea if it's set in the fall or not, but it's giving me like, look at that. Like it has all of the fall vibes. So I'm hoping that it is a very like, not cozy, but like gives the fall feeling vibes type deal. So then I also have a couple classics that I've been wanting to get to, and for me classics just kind of give me like, it's back to school, it's that kind of like fall vibe. So I have Rebecca, which was my grandmother's favorite book, and I've never read it and I really want to. She's passed away, but I still want to read her favorite book at some point, and I know it's got some like darker themes, so I'm gonna read that hopefully this fall. And then A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which again, classic, you read it in high school. I don't know, I could throw that one into a spring TBR as well. It wasn't my spring TBR, but we're gonna attempt to finish reading it this fall. I'm like 5 pages in. So that is a brief overview of the TBR cart. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited to get to some of these books and then add in some more from the library that I have on hold, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. We have done the TBR cart, and I am now listening to Thursday Murder Club on audiobook, and I've just started it, so I'm not really sure where we're going yet. I just know it's supposed to be cute and cozy murder mystery, so I'm excited about that. But right now, I'm gonna bake those pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and I'll have the recipe that I use linked down below. It's not my recipe, but it's as close as I've found to the cookies that I remember getting in the grocery store growing up. So I haven't had these in like a year. I am so excited to have these cookies today. So let's get to baking. So I think what I'm gonna do now is do a quick little cozy fall painting in my sketchbook. I just feel like playing around with a couple images that I have saved on Pinterest and seeing what I can come up with. I'm just kind of ready for the cozy vibes to also be in the sketchbook. So let's do a quick little painting. Okay, so that is it for this week's cozy video. I hope you enjoyed the painting, the baking, the resetting of my TBR, and all of that stuff. Definitely let me know what books you're reading right now, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I hope you're having a great week wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Overhaul of my TBR cart. It is kind of a mismatch. Okay, forgot the books, hold on. I am now listening to Thursday, oh dear, what's my hair doing? There we go. I